What's up, y'all? We're back again. Today I got a 1981 film for y'all. This is Halloween 2, produced by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill again, directed by Rick Rosenthal. Alright, let's watch the trailer and let's get into this one.
I shot him 6 times. I shot him in the heart. This man, he's not human.
Universal Pictures presents Halloween 2, More of the Night He Came Home.
Who is it?
There was nothing within him, neither conscience nor reason, that wasn't even remotely human. This is some kind of a joke. I've been trick-or-treated to death tonight. You don't know what death is.
Janet, go tell Mr. Garrett we're having trouble with the phones.
There is no place to hide. He will always find you.
What's this?
It's a Celtic word. It means the Lord of the Dead.
Mr. Garrett?
Halloween 2, More of the Night He Came Home.
Alright, y'all. We're back in this world of sin and Maddox. It's your boy Diego, and today we're looking at another slasher cult classic, Halloween 2, a 1981 film. And this is another great film adding on to the Halloween series or the Halloween franchise. Basically, this picks up right where Halloween ended, right where John Carpenter's 1987 film ended. This picks up, and it picks up really nicely. So I really respect the transition and how well they done this. It makes a lot of sense. There's a little flashback in the beginning of this movie to Halloween, and it shows Michael chasing Laurie and him getting shot by Loomis, him falling out of the window and him just escaping. He's gone. He got up and he's gone all of a sudden, So that's kind of where Halloween ended. Now, they pick it up very nice in this film, and I commend them for that. This film was good. I'm not sure if I'd say it was as good as Halloween, the original, But it was nice, and the thing with this film is it's got a different director, so this is apparently Rick Rosenthal's director debut. Now, the directing was pretty good in this film overall, so I just thought it was kind of weird that John Carpenter didn't do this one. But it's also produced and written by John Carpenter and Deborah Hill as well, so really he's in there. That's all you need to know. It's still a good movie. Now, in this movie, we have Jamie Lee Curtis again as Laurie Strode. She's the main character again, And, I'm not really a fan of her as a main. I think she's a good side character, whatnot. Again, her acting in this was meh, if I'm being honest. It might have been a little bit better than the 1978 film, but we'll get more into that later. We got Donald Pleasance again as Dr. Loomis. Just a genius character. Very insightful, very smart. Says things that will make your mind bend and will make you think, Love this guy, love this character. He really makes the whole franchise come together, And then we got Charlie Cyphers as Brackett again. Now Brackett is the cop, and he's the main cop, the dad of Annie in the first film. Okay, and then we got Jeffrey Kramer as Graham, Lance Guest as Jimmy, Pamela Susan Shoop as Karen, Hunter Von Leer as Gary Hunt. And this is interesting, we got Dick Warlock, who plays Michael in this film, basically, or they call him the Shape, which doesn't really make sense to me. I guess the Shape is just this guy in a mask, in a body suit, coverall suit, and this mask. But yeah, this is one of the main drawbacks of the film for me, or what kind of pulled me out of it right away and didn't make it as scary, in my opinion, was this guy Dick Warlock. I think his acting was pretty good as Michael, but just the mask, the way they changed the mask in this movie really fucked me up. It just didn't make sense. It looks more cheesy, it looks more cheap and gross. The first movie looked a lot better and a lot more, more scary, in my opinion. Now, I also don't get why they have multiple actors to play Michael based on if he shows his face or not. It's kind of funny. But, yeah, because in the first movie they had two actors as adult Michael. One guy, when the mask is pulled off by Laurie in the end of the film, and then another guy which was Nick Castle, who is just walking around the whole film stalking people. So yeah, I thought it was funny. Maybe because one guy's bigger or taller and they want him in the suit full time. I don't know. But yeah, we got Leo Rossi as Bud, funny guy. Gloria Gifford, Miss Alves. I'm going too deep into the characters again, but yeah, I think that's all I'll mention. But yeah, so basically, Laurie goes to the hospital after she gets, sliced by Michael in the end of the first film, and the film is basically Michael stalking around Haddonfield, killing a few people, and then when he makes it to the hospital, he starts killing people one by one, dropping them like flies. Very sinister, very evil kills. I'd say the kills are better in this movie than in the first one. That's one thing they did better. We're just the way they decided to kill people was a lot more interesting and just gross, something straight demonic. So yeah, that really got the blood flowing. Yeah, and then from there, it's just basically, in the end, it gets really interesting with Laurie, and why he's coming for her, why he wants to kill her. I also watched Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 movie before this movie, and I watched that a few times, so I thought it was interesting how Rob Zombie did things a bit different and really stick to the same overall idea. Now, if I said I liked this film better than Rob Zombie's films, I'd be lying. And I'll get to that later, but these films are good. I think they were good at the time, 80s films. Just some of the acting I don't like, and in this one, the whole Michael thing threw me off a bit. But overall, I thought the story was still good. It picked up right from the last movie. Dr. Loomis killed it in this film again. He absolutely left you awestruck and left you thinking and wondering about Michael, And yeah, I'd say he did some really honorable things in the film. He knows that Michael was his patient for 15 years, and he wants to do his best to keep Michael from killing people, because maybe it'll be on his conscience, that he knew about this guy, and they didn't listen to him, and now this guy's on a murdering rampage. So yeah, just crazy. Now this guy whose name is Dick Warlock, I thought that was a badass name. Just randomly I thought of this, but imagine if you walked up to somebody and they were like, "Yo, what's your name?" I'd be like, "Dick Warlock," and they're like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like that's what's up, bud." No, it sounds like you're some evil, dirty spellcasting warlock in a cauldron somewhere in the pits of hell. Somebody gave you the name Dick and the last name Warlock. He probably got his name changed to that, because I couldn't imagine his parents naming him that. Anyways, yeah, Laurie Strode, a good character, but not sure Jamie Lee Curtis does the best here. I can't be the only one that feels this way, But anyways, it's a really good, it's a decent film, I'd say there's really good things about it, but I also liked how there's a plot twist towards the end, and you find out some interesting things about Michael and Laurie. And I liked how there was a good slow burn again. Michael coming for the main character, but he's just massacring all these people one by one, or whatever, 2 by 2 to get to you. It's really got that good vibe, good horror, classic slasher vibe. A few good jump scares in here as well. I thought they were done well, So overall, I think this is just a decent film. You should definitely check it out if you liked the first one, though. I don't see why you wouldn't. It's a pretty decent film. And, I'd also say check out Rob Zombie's remakes to these, because I think he does a really good job. I love his horror movies in general, with exception of a few I didn't like. Yeah, I think that's about it. All I wanted to say on this one, y'all. So, The Mask, I guess this Michael Mask was based on, a Captain Kirk, some type of Star Trek guy mask, and then they modified it, add some hair, or made it look different or whatever, but I thought that was kind of interesting. It's a Star Trek mask. I guess they said the reason why the mask looked different in this one was because in the first film they put the mask in a bag afterwards or something, and then they took it out and it was faded. And it was, yeah, I don't know if I believe that. They say it's the same mask and it just looks different. I think it looks like shit in this film. It's apparently it yellowed from being stored under Deborah Hill's bed. So I wonder what she was doing in that bed. No, I'm joking, yo. I don't know who the fuck this bitch is, but she's probably richer than me. She probably is a better writer, producer than me, so she should probably shut up. But yeah, that's the story. That's Halloween 2, y'all. This one's getting a... Oh, God. Yeah, it's gonna get a 6.5 out of me. Just because, is it rewatch worthy? No, not really. I feel like you could, maybe if you're with a friend or a girl or whatever, and they haven't seen it. Me, I'm not gonna rewatch this thing. It was a bit cringy, to be honest, with the mask and the way this guy just didn't die after taking 6 shots from a 38 or whatever, 5 shots, whatever, however many times Loomis hit him. And then yeah, but I do really appreciate the acting by Dr. Loomis, and the other guys, like some of the policemen, Brackett's acting was pretty good, I'd say. Some of the younger guys in the hospital and the nurses, I thought they were pretty good. It's just, and yeah, the third reason would be Jamie Lee Curtis, but she's gorgeous, so it kind of evens out. I can suffer through the terrible acting, And overall, I thought she got better in this film. Now, the things I really liked about it were the film really looked better. So it's a 1981 film. That's what, 3-4 years after the original. So you can tell too that the colors just look better. It pops a bit better now. And I liked the music again. So yeah, the visuals and music. I liked how it continued well from the previous story. That's the second thing, and how the director really blended that well, and it all made sense. It all looked good, and it all flowed well and continued on the timeline, or the universe, or whatever you want to call it. And the third thing would be, yeah, just some of the selflessness by Dr. Loomis in this film. There's parts that might make you feel a bit emotional, not just scared. So that's a good part about this film. And then they also did the suspicion well with the plot twist in the end. What did Michael want from Laurie exactly? Etc., etc. But this one really brought together the missing pieces of the first movie too, because it lets y'all know in the first movie that he's coming back for Laurie because the reason, right? I'm not gonna say it here just in case anybody hasn't seen this and they want to be surprised or whatever, but pretty obvious. Yeah, that's my thoughts on this one, y'all. So 6.5 from me. The first one was slightly better, so it got a 7.5. I think this one, it could be up there with a 7 too. It's just, yeah, the acting and the corniness with Michael is a bit over the top for me. And the mask, I don't know why the hell they put that piece of shit on his head. But yeah, let me know what y'all thought of this one. This is Diego in the world of cinematics. Alright, peace, y'all.